Warning, the following may contain gnolls.
Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced. Before going on the search for the Gravedigger Millie Vosges, the key suspect for stealing the bones of St. Andrew, Master Sunna asks for some time to meditate within the church's crypts.
Master Sunna, what's the plan?
So I make my way down into the crypt and seat myself into the exact center in yoga pose. Take a couple of deep breaths just to center myself, and I feel like a flame of fire sort of light up inside of me, and it gives me, a courage, a reason to keep on keeping on, and to, we will overcome Strahd. We will find a way home. We can do this.
Okay, good.
And then 10 minutes later, I'm a lot better.
Okay. So by the time you make your way back, Yaska sort of curled up on a wee seat in Father Lucian's study. He's fallen asleep. Ismark sort of sitting close to him, looking concerned for the boy. And Father Lucian looks at you and he says, "Did you find what you were looking for?"
I think I did.
Okay. All right then. Well, Ismark has agreed to stay here with me for a while. We've decided that if Irina makes it to Vallaki, this Irina that you've lost, it'll be me that she'll be looking for. But please hurry. The sooner the bones are returned, the easier everyone in Vallaki will be able to rest.
Yes, let's go and find this Gravedigger.
Okay. So, are we heading outside, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
You never appreciate very strong wine. I mean, I feel quite fine now. This isn't such a bad place. I mean, when you really you stand back and you look at it, it has everything you need. It has vineyards. It has wine. It has playhouses.
It has a gravedigger.
There's a gravedigger.
There's a young man digging a grave. The graveyard plot outside of the church is not that big because it's still within the walls of Vallaki. So maybe about 20 feet away from you, at the back of the graveyard, you can see a young dark-haired guy with a big shovel digging a fresh grave.
I feel like this may be like a Kellen sort of territory, like a sort of his presence might encourage the lad to be honest.
I'll I guess loom over your shoulder as you interrogate him.
If you insist, Master Sunna, would you like to take the lead on this, or do you think this is something that you would rather defer?
I would defer this one and sort of sneak around so he doesn't manage to run away from us if he doesn't want to answer any questions.
Good, very good. Lord Talfrin, would you like to do the honors, or are you more in a fireball mood?
He may be more persuaded by your urbane and witty manner. I'd like to see you take the lead, John.
Yeah, well, I do feel like my lips have been loosened. Let's see what the boy has to say for himself.
Okay.
Hello, lad, hello.
Well, let me just check first, Master Sunna. Are you sneaking around? Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you want to take a stealth check, please?
Okay. Stealth is +3, 12.
Okay. So you're finding it difficult. There's quite a few gaps between the gravestones, so you're not too sure how successful you're being. As soon as Jean shouts out, Milivoj turns round, slings his shovel over his shoulder, and looks at you with a raised eyebrow, and he goes, "What do you want?"
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt your work. We just have a few questions. We are, my colleague as well. We are inspectors of reliquary, and we are from the Church, of course, of the Morning Sun. And we have some questions about your crypt.
I just dig the graves. I don't know anything about a crypt. And you can see his eyes glance over to where Master Sonna is darting between the gravestones. And he sort of starts and he goes, "Wait, what's she doing over there? What's going on?"
Over here, young man. I'm talking to you right now. This is important. This is important. This is very serious business. We are consecrated inspectors. We have badges. Don't ask for them. Actually, you can ask for them. We don't have them. But we have noticed some irregularities in your crypt. And can you account for yourself? I wonder if you have had any recent sort of calls to go into the crypt yourself.
We don't have a crypt. It's just the graveyard out here. We just have graves, which I dig. Go and talk to the father inside. This has nothing to do with me.
We did talk to the father, and he did refer us to you, a suspicious-looking lad, if I might say.
What? Sorry, what did you call me?
A suspicious-looking lad.
What's that supposed to mean?
You look suspicious and you're young. And someone has done something awful in the crypt.
And he, the shovel has been resting, easily on his shoulder, but he sort of grabs it in the middle, and holds it a bit like you'd expect an ogre to be holding a club, and he takes a step towards you, and he says, "Say that to me again."
No.
He called you a suspicious little lad.
See, McRag says it. Yes. Right. Hit him with your shovel, McRag.
So what are you doing, McRag?
Tell us who you told about the bones.
Okay. Do you want to take an intimidation check?
$16.
Okay. And it's almost as if he's seen you for the first time, and you can see there's a noticeable change in his demeanour. He takes a step back, the shovel lowers, and he goes, what bones? But it's the worst lie I think you've ever seen anyone tell. I mean, clearly, he knows he's been found out.
I say we drag him into the Home Office right now, and we throw him in a cell for at least a fortnight, no water or food, and see if he is more cooperative then.
You can't do that. My family, my brothers and sisters would die. That's just stupid.
Inspector McRag, what do you should we give him some mercy? What do you think?
Tell us who you told about the bones, or you're going to be in the grave you just dug.
Look, it wasn't a big deal. It's just some bones.
We will decide whether it's a big deal. Tell us who you know.
She's with us as well. She was just coming up from behind. It's Detective Sana.
It will do you good to relieve your soul of this knowledge.
It was the coffin maker. Look, he just was interested, and Jeska just told me, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll go get him. He's been looking after me and my brothers and sisters, so it didn't seem like a big deal.
In what way has he been looking after you?
Well, gotta eat somehow. I'm sure I'm here all day digging these holes whenever somebody cops it, and that's great, but that's not.
So
enough.
it's coin for bones then? Is that what the arrangement is?
Seems like a good deal, doesn't it?
I've heard worse, yes. I mean, I can... No, it's a terrible deal. These are sacred bones, and we want them back. So if you cannot produce them, I have to tell you right now, we will have to foreclose on your house.
I don't even know what that means.
It means that we take over the deed of your house, and we rent it out to strangers.
Why, who wants my house?
Strangers. McRag, you were having a better chance. Like just continue on.
Who is this coffin maker?
Vandervoort. He's the only one here. He does just as well when somebody cops it as I do. So, seems all right to scratch his back when it's something he's interested in.
Did he tell you what he wanted to do with the bones?
Oh, he just told me he was going to help me eat and my family.
And where is his place of business?
Well, it's just back on into the town a bit. Like everyone knows where it is.
Can you show us on this map?
No. You, my fine fellow, are going to take us there. And if we get there and there's no coffin maker, we are going to your house and foreclosure.
Are you one?
Yes.
Are you
Put the shovel down. Put the shovel down and take us to the coffin maker.
What are you going to give me if I do it?
A spanking. No. If you do it, no spanking. If you don't do it, spanking.
How much did the coffin maker pay you?
5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces? I'd steal bones for 5 gold pieces.
If you do this for us, we will not tell Father Lucian about what you've done.
You will be able to keep your job.
Do you want to take a persuasion check on that, Kellen, please?
Oh no, I lost my die. All right, hold on.
Detective Kellen is looking for his sword.
9.
Oh my.
Well, I reckon if you're here talking to me, Yeska's already told on me. So I don't think that's going to do me much good, is it? In fact, right now, more than ever, I need something to keep my family in order while I find another job.
All right. Can we have a sidebar? Can we,
Let's huddle.
Colleagues, come over here. So reasonably, he does seem like he might be a good person. He might not be a good person. That's why we want to take him with us, the coffin maker. What if he turns out to be fine? We can give him 3 or 4 coppers. I mean, what does our coffers have at this moment?
We have 135 gold pieces and 60 silver.
We can offer him 10 gold pieces, which would be double what he got, if he takes us to the coffin maker and what he has said turns out to be true. What do we think?
I think that's.
I'm not sure we should reward him for sacrilege in the selling of crypt bones.
All right. Lord Talfrin votes for burning his house down. I think we have all heard that clearly. Burn his house.
Well, perhaps I can try something a little less direct than burning his house down. I take a sidelong glance at where the boy stands, and I cast Charm Person on him. He has to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Okay. He fails. So what happens?
I step up to him, link my hands behind my back, and give him a disapproving look like a headmaster who's had a student summoned to his office. And I say, this is an unfortunate state of affairs. And we understand that what you've done for the sake of your family. But now it is time to be more respectful to this institution, which has taken you in and given you employ and helped you in no small way. And it's time for you to right your wrongs. Now, be a good boy, do what's right, take us to the coffin maker.
And he looks at you blankly for maybe 2 seconds, and then he nods his head and he goes, "Yeah, all right, come on then, let's go."
I give the others a sidelong wink and then resume my grave look and follow him out of the graveyard.
Okay, so Milivoj takes you east back into Vallaki, past the Blue Water Inn again, actually even past beyond the town centre that you were in yesterday with the people in the stocks, and eventually leads you down a side street and points at one of the buildings there, and he says, that's it, that's Van der Voort's place. So what he's pointed to is a building that's pretty uninviting. It's 2 stories tall. It's got a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All of the windows, shutters though, are closed up tight, and the place seems silent.
Perhaps he could introduce us. I don't think we should let him go yet. I mean, we all agree that he is a person of suspicion.
Go knock on the door.
Yes. Let's make him knock on the door. Yes.
You telling
Very good.
Milivoj to do that? Yeah. So he goes, yeah, sure, and he knocks on the door. And there's no answer.
I don't trust this young lad. I just feel like there is no coffin maker, or he's killed him and eaten him, and we should go to his house. Or break into the coffin maker's house. I just don't know.
Well, the coffin maker might, if he has the bones and wants them, or wants to use them for some ill purpose, then maybe he will have removed himself and the bones from Vallaki already.
Oh, well, that would be very sinister.
Which is why his house is empty, perhaps.
Well, if it's empty, then we should explore it and keep the lad in our company as we do.
So we make him an accessory to burglary.
Not burglary, breaking and entering. We're not going to take anything, we're just breaking and entering.
Jean, I do not believe that you would just break and enter a house and just touch nothing.
Well, I might touch something admiringly, and if it falls into my pocket, I wouldn't remove it. But I feel like we are all on the same. Maybe someone can be surreptitious in entering from the back of the house and explore. I think, Master Sona, you are the bravest person I know.
That worked really well for me at the Blood of the Vine.
Yes, it did. It worked well for all of us.
This does not correspond with my character decision to be a nice and moral and upright person.
A relic of bones has been stolen. Possibly, but probably by either the coffin maker or this lad.
I would feel better if you break into this house.
But it seems sort of scary. Lord Taffern, is there any sort of charm, invincibility spell you can cast upon me where I will not die if I go into the house?
Fireball.
Yes,
Don't hit me with a fireball, no.
Mild incineration. No, not incineration.
Oh, God, no.
Let me see. I could easily make you invisible.
Yes, I feel like I must reserve my own invisibility for later. But if you would,
and why is that?
If things go sour, I could always disappear and run away to get help, and then come back and help my friends.
Very well. I'm not going to argue with Eugene, so I cast invisibility on him.
Jean? It's Jean! For God's sake, man, we've been friends for now 5 days. Jean.
My apologies, Mr. Mallarmé.
No, it's all right.
So yeah, I cast invisibility.
Okay.
Touch his shoulder, he's invisible for up to an hour.
No, I feel very, very good. So,
hang on, do we have Do we send the boy home?
No. Do not let him go.
Think about his life.
Do not let him go. We should not let him go. So it's a disembodied voice. If we let the boy go and he turns out to be a vampire and eats us later, we will feel stupid. Let us keep him in our company. We should not let him go.
So the four of us will mill around while you break into this house?
Yeah, well, you could play cards. You could ask him about his aspirations. Teach him a craft.
I have 4 questions from while we're inside.
I'm afraid.
Oh my God! We heard none of that. None of that. Yes, I heard every word of that. Yes, that's by my language.
No, I have some questions for the boy, if I'm able to remain intelligible.
Yes.
Okay.
Interrogate the boy. I will sneak around back. Here I go, a sneaking.
Okay. Right. Well, we'll go for the questions first, and we'll go to Jean after that.
So the questions will be, for how long has he known the coffin maker? How long has the coffin maker been around? Is he a native of Vallaki, or did he come from somewhere else? And what else he may know of what company the coffin maker keeps.
So he'll go, well, Van der Voort, he's been around as long as I've been here in the town. He's always been the coffin maker. And I've always known him, I guess, ever since, you just know him. People die enough here that, sooner or later your family's got to deal with Van der Voort. He's been alright though, he's not a bad man, I guess. I can't think of anything weird about him or anything like that.
So he was born in Vallaki?
Yeah. As far as I know, he's been here since, ever since I can remember.
Family?
Nope. He's always just by himself. Sometimes you can catch him with the blue water, but not recently, I guess.
Does he ever travel? Close up shop and go for a few weeks?
He thinks about it and says, no. We need him enough that you could pretty much get a shop any day of the week. It's actually pretty strange that it's closed up at the moment.
And this conversation about the bones, was it he that asked, or you volunteered the information in order to impress him?
I told him first.
You brought it up?
Yeah.
Why would you bring up a matter like that?
I don't know. Just thought that might be something I could use to... We were talking about, the church, and he was asking questions about the church, and Jeske had told me about the bones just a few days before, so I just thought...
What kind of questions was he asking?
He's just asking about anything special to do with the church that I knew about.
And this was just a sudden new interest of his?
I guess he's never really...
You've known him for so long.
He's always known that I've been the Gravedigger. It's been a few years now. That's not new, so we've spoken loads of times because of that. I guess it's the first time. Yeah, it's the first time he's really asked that much about the church, I guess.
Very well. Thank you.
It's alright.
Crit-Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit-Faced fan group.